Alex Hormozi is one of the few business minds that I trust wholeheartedly and I listen to and learn from on a consistent basis. And some of the lessons I've learned from him have provided outsized returns for my e-commerce business. In today's video, I will show you how Alex Hormozi's business philosophy can be applied to dropshipping to provide you with higher profit and higher customer satisfaction. If you're new to the channel, my name is James Eardley and I've built and scaled a 7-figure e-commerce business which has allowed me time and location freedom. And with these regular YouTube videos, I'm showing you how to achieve the same success. So let's unpack the value equation. I've got it up in front of me now, and this is the crucial formula that really helps us to skyrocket the value that our dropshipping business provides to our customers. And when you provide more value, you get more back in return. So this is how we can actually increase the value of our business by looking at through this lens. So firstly, what it means is the dream outcome times by the perceived likelihood of achievement, and that is divided by the time delay for your customer times by the effort and sacrifice for your customer, and that formula equals value. So to break that down even further, what that means is we want to increase the size of things above the line, and we want to decrease the size of things beneath the line. So for example, dream outcome, we want to increase that for your customer as much as possible. So the way you do that is you build and you increase the size of that dream and the outcome that you're going to be able to provide for your customers with the product that you're selling to them. So to be able to create a big dream, you need to understand what is it the customers are actually buying into when they buy your products. So for example, if you're selling barbecues, which is a great niche for a high ticket dropshipping store, then the dream outcome that you can create for your customers, it needs to tap into what they're really buying a barbecue for. Are they buying it for a fancy barbecue, or is it that they actually want an amazing time in their back garden with their family and friends, and they have a fantastic time when they're the host of a barbecue, and that feeling of being together with family and having an amazing time, and that person behind the barbecue being valued and appreciated, and creating great food for their family and friends? That's the dream outcome that you're creating. So think about what that is and applies to your niche, and you can increase that as much as possible to provide the highest amount of value for your customers. The next thing above the line, which you want to increase as well, is the perceived likelihood of achievement. So how likely do customers feel they are to achieve that dream outcome by purchasing from you? So the way that you increase this is by showing customer reviews, or showing testimonials, or showing videos of other customers using that product, and crucially, achieving the dream outcome that you're selling. So by doing that, customers can see that other people who had the same dream outcome purchased the product that you're selling and were able to actually achieve that dream outcome. And the more of that they can see, the higher their perceived likelihood, because as humans, the more we see of other people doing something and achieving a certain thing, the more we'll also believe in that same likelihood that we'll also achieve that dream outcome. So you've got to increase that perceived likelihood by showing how many other people have achieved that with your company. Now, beneath the line, we're going to try and decrease the size of these things in order to increase the overall value. So what that means is we need to decrease the time delay that customers experience to achieve the dream outcome your company is promising. So when it comes to a high ticket dropshipping store, the way we reduce that time delay is by offering brilliant, quick, fast delivery that is reliable and that you can stand behind, because you know that the suppliers you're working with can deliver quickly the products to your customers. Now, that's why I'd always do dropshipping with domestic suppliers who are in the same country as your customers. So they've already got the products in the same country. That means you haven't got to be delayed by things like imports tax or getting products across borders, or by just the sheer volume of miles that the product actually needs to travel if it's abroad and if you're doing international dropshipping. So by doing domestic dropshipping, you're going to bring that time delay right down. Also, you bring down the time delay if your product itself is providing a dream outcome quickly. So, for example, with a barbecue, when the customer receives that barbecue, how quickly can they go from receiving that product to achieving their dream outcome? So if the dream outcome that your customer wants to achieve is an amazing afternoon with a barbecue with family and friends, feeling amazing behind the barbecue, having a great time, feeling surrounded by warmth and family, how quickly can you let them achieve that? If it takes them 24 hours to actually unbox this barbecue and put it all together, and then understand what they can cook on it and understand how it all works. If it takes a long time for them to do that, then the amount of value that you're providing is lower. Whereas if you can reduce that time delay by making it quick to be assembled, or maybe having it assembled before it's delivered, or then can you give a guide on what the sort of things that people can cook on that barbecue? Then can you provide a guide about how to cook? Then can you provide a guide about how to use the other tools that you've provided for them as well? How can you reduce that time delay for people that are receiving your product to achieve their dream outcome? And the lower you make that time delay, the more valuable your product is. The next thing is the effort and sacrifice that your customers need to go through in order to achieve the dream outcome for your product. So again, the way we do that is similar to the time delay, making it faster, but also making it easier would be by having things like guides. So cooking guides, assembly guides, guides for the next products that they would need to receive in order to make things easy for themselves further. Also, reducing effort and sacrifice would be having great customer service, making it seamless process for them to choose the right product on your store and to check out through your website. Is it a nice seamless website design? Is it easy to navigate? Is it easy to check out? The more you reduce the effort and the sacrifice that customers have to go through in order to achieve the dream outcome that they're looking for with their product, the higher the value. So remember, the key to this equation is you want to increase everything above the line and decrease everything below the line. And then when you do the calculation, that means the higher the value when you've got a high number above and a low number below. Now, a real key point that people miss when it comes to the value equation is that there is absolutely a disproportionate amount of value that you'll get back when you implement this onto your business if you do this in the right way. So a lot of people, and me included, used to spend a lot of time thinking about the things above the line of the value equation. So thinking about how I can increase my marketing, increase the copy, the text on my site that would increase the dream outcome and the perceived likelihood of achievement. Yes, you want to increase that, but instead, over time, what you realize really makes a disproportionate amount of value for your customers is how low you can make the time delay and effort and sacrifice for your customers. This has a much greater return on your time if you can reduce these rather than focusing on increasing these. That's because it's harder to do, and it's therefore your competitors won't be able to do this. And also it means a lot more to your customers if they can have something immediately and have it easily as well. So take some time to start planning out for your own business and the products that you're selling. How can you ensure that your customers can get to their dream outcome faster and easier? And that is the key to creating an incredibly valuable business. So with that said, you know the most critical things to focus on now to increase the value of your business, which will provide you with massive returns. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you have done by liking, commenting and subscribing to the channel. And that way I'll know if you'd like me to create more videos of this kind in the future. Also, if you are trying to leave the 9-to-5 job and start your own business, but you're finding that challenging, then I am putting together a community of ambitious, unfulfilled people who want to leave that 9-to-5 quickly. So I'm creating a community to enable those people to get together. So if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, then check out the first link in the description. Don't worry, it is a completely free community, so there's no catches here. Check it out if you'd like to be part of that community in the description, and we can continue the conversation in there. Don't worry, if you don't want to have a look at that, feel free to completely ignore it. I hope you've just got value from today's video. So if you have, then I will catch you in the next video.